Hi everyone! Welcome to Legend of Mystics. I'm your host, Diana Priyanka Chaudhary, and today we're going to discuss the legend of La Llorona. So, the story goes a long time ago, in a village of Mexico lived a very beautiful woman. Young and naive, she fell in love with a wealthy, charming, and good looking young man. So, they got married. By the way, I'm sorry if my cat is meowing out of I don't know what. She just wants to get inside the room and cause havoc, so I just closed the door. I'm sorry about that, guys. But continuing with the story, um, so they got married, and the woman gave birth to two beautiful children for him, two boys. As time went by, the merchant went around the world, but spent as much time as he could in the beginning with his wife and children, um, and brought gifts and loved his family with devotion. However, soon the lady began to age and her beauty began to fade. It was around this time that the wealthy merchant stopped coming home. He had found another woman. One day, the mother of his children found out about this truth that the merchant married another younger, more beautiful looking woman than her, and that is the reason he had abandoned her and the children. Distraught and enraged, she took her two boys down to the river and drowned them. However, once she came back to her senses, she realized what she has done, and in agony and pain, she wanted to join her children. So she drowned herself in the same river as well. She thought that doing so would reunite her with her children. However, as punishment for murder and suicide, she is left to roam this earth forever, looking for her children's spirits. And any little child or anyone who comes across her is in mortal danger. Um, Supposedly, they get drowned the same way she and her children were. And so, in the riverbanks of Mexico, there's this whooping woman, La Llorona, who takes after her boys' look-alike children and drowns them once she finds out that those children are not her boys. So children and grown men and women, be aware of the weeping women by the river. So this was my Halloween treat ghost story legend that I wanted to discuss with all of you. There are several things wrong with this story. Firstly, obviously it's the woman's fault. All of the things that went wrong because of one man, who chased after younger and younger woman. So the woman who was left behind was the scorned woman who not only took her own life but her children's as well, and to continue in her misery even in her afterlife, where she not only chases her own children's spirit but tries to murder other kids who look like her children, is extremely problematic. This shows the toxic masculinity that we have accepted, where, hey, a woman is only as good as when they're young and beautiful. After that, they're replaceable, and we need to dispel such stories and such sentiments from our lives, because that is not true. Women are just as much as human beings as men, and we have more capabilities than just our beauties. So that's problematic on one count. Second count, is that this notion of the weeping woman bringing misery, and people should avoid them. Well, listen, if someone's crying, obviously something is bothering them. You should not avoid them. You should try to help them and solve the case. In this case, I just think, you know, this whole story pits one woman against another. It pitted the woman in the story, La Llorona, with a younger person, a younger woman, who was probably discarded by the merchant as well, to be honest. Um, in this story, it talks about how women are naive, and they get married quickly, but it doesn't last. Beauty doesn't last. And being beautiful is actually looked at as a harmful thing in the story, because there will always be someone more beautiful than you. Now, my question is, the same can be said about men, right? There could be someone more handsome, someone more charming than one guy, to the next, to the next, to the next. So why is it that when it's about women, it's a big deal that, hey, you're getting older, you're losing power, but when it's about men, nobody freaking cares. In fact, they grow power the older and more obnoxious they get. Last but not the least, the story is about marital abuse, mental abuse, to the point where someone takes their own children's lives. I just want to make a point that mental instability and mental challenges of any kind should not be taken lightly. One should always seek proper medical help for this, and one should not stigmatize this. It's a normal thing when we get physically hurt. We seek the doctor, we do band aids, and take meds, and try to get better as soon as possible. However, whenever we talk about mental illness, there's this hush hush, hide it under the carpet kind of attitude with this that we just shouldn't do, because it's not right. We should treat problems as we see it, and mental illness is just another kind of illness. So the sooner we get treated, the sooner we get better, and sooner we can move on with our lives. So yeah, these are my takeaways from the story. I would love to hear yours. Please post them in the comment section below. And like I always say, please subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell icon so you get updates on my future video uploads. All right, so I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.